yun yung pipiliin natin. Pero provided na pareho silang yung artistic level nila ay pareho. That was yung year ng Dalawang Pugat, diba? And then, ano yung isang pelikula natin na was it ano? Ganito kami. Dalawa yung pinag-usapan na pelikula which became a fun for us na ano nga ba, alin yung pipiliin natin. And ang pinili was yung mas may malaman na sinasabi tungkol sa lipunan.
No, meron ako sinunod na artikulo tungkol sa una yung pelikulang Karnal na binigyan ng Catholic Mass Media Award ng Best Picture. Samantala, ang Manunuri, ang kanilang binigyan ng Best Picture ng term na yun ay yung Broken Arrow. And so, what I tried to do in my article was to clarify for movie goers kung ano yung dahilan at merong discrepancy, magkaiba yung piniling pelikula ng best. Same year, but two different best films. So, nakita kong virtue ng Karnal was it's really treatment of a theme that's universal and a theme that has many philosophical undertones. Whereas yung Broken Marriage is a simple story, it's a romantic comedy. Ang naging dahilan kung bakit yun ang pinili ng Manunuri dahil it has many different comments on Philippine society. So, whereas Karnal would seem to be a universal, referred to a universal experience. Ang broken marriage tungkol sa mag-asawa at kanilang naging problema. Una, si Vilma ay nagtatrabaho sa TV industry at si Christopher naman ay isang journalist. So ganun yung meron references to certain phenomena in Philippine society sa pelikula, and we found that for Manunuri to choose that, ito yung endorsement film that comments on specific Philippine.
Ang napansin ko lang sa internet ng Nick, dun sa anthologies ng Manunuri, may nakikita bang development o pagbabago? Dun sa unang mga analysis ng mga pelikula, makikita mo na basically nandun siya sa level of analysis. Yung iba yung sinano ko, yes, usually ang comments would be mahusay acting, mga gano'n, and then, but mostly nilalaman, yung istorya at ano yung tema. Kasi karamihan sa amin galing sa literature, so yun ang aming focus. Marami hindi pa talaga na-expose dun sa technical aspect ng pelikula, which we learned along the way. No? So, mapapansin nyo, yung unang mga reviews, kukunti ang comments about the language of cinema. Yung how the theme is carried out by the language of cinema. Later, magkakaroon ng ganong pumapasok yun, slowly, no? And then later, nung siguro mga 90s na, doon nagkaroon ng mga critics na makita mo na may pinanggagalingan doon ng mga teorya. Later na lang dumating yun. Right? Pero, ang Manunuri kasi, we make sure that we don't impose on any member. In other words, ang maganda nga sa Manunuri is we have our own opinions about films, right? Which also became problematic kasi pagka sumulat yung manunuri at inatake yung pelikula, ina-ascribe yung position na yon sa manunuri as a group. And that could be really problematic kasi yun nangyari dun sa kay Lino Blanca noon, nagalit siya, so sinuli niya yung award, di ba? Kasi ang feeling niya, yung group was, it was not actually the group, it was just one manunuri. Oo, that was, yun. See? Pero, inatake kami lahat. Pero nilinaw namin yon, hindi. Opinion niya yon. And we will support his opinion. Support in the sense na you're free to hold your own opinion. But we don't necessarily agree with him. The only manunuri decision would be the awards. Kasi ang awards, dumadaan talaga yan sa masusing diskusyon. Talagang may talakayan sa bawat pelikula na mananalo o sa bawat actor, etc. na mananalo. So pag lumabas yun, that's a collective decision. Right? And that you can fault manunuri for. Right? But yung decisions na yun, I think everybody knows, is arrived at with no other consideration but quality. Right? So, siguro kung nag-last man yung grupo, ito'y dahil alam ng mga tao na hindi mo pwedeng bayaran ng manunuri. Right? So, you may disagree with their decision, but that decision is really theirs. Right? And not influenced by any other consideration but quality.
Understand that. Hindi po ba kahinaan nito ng manunuri at ng kritisismo sa Pilipinas? Yung pagsasabi mo ninyo at ang feeling ko about it, to parry off exactly, no? What I feel is this lack of engagement na pinik up ng next generation. It's very interesting. You can almost divide this room sa dalawang henerasyon. Na ito, maririnig natin, napaka-passionate ng Marxismo. So, ayoko ibigay sa sarili ko ito na parang it's a burden to myself. I'm really looking things historically and materially. Paano umusbong? On the one hand po kasi para sa akin ngayon, sagrado pa rin ang unang issue, ang unang volume ng Urian. Sa mga isusulat ko ngayon, balik ako doon dahil may pasimula kayo doon, may umuugat na hulog doon eh. Ang problema, saan umusbong ito? At yun ang tanong ko na ngayon dahil hindi ko na kayang bilhin ang pang-apat na manunuri, hindi ko na kayo masundan, pero maririnig ko sa inyo ngayon na umiiba na at mukhang lumipat na nga sa ibang pamamaraan, pananalita, at sila ang highly passionate right now in terms of this engagement of theory. Pero balik tayo doon kay Dr. Campos na ni-raise na abali na saan natin nilalagay ang tsureya? Kailangan na ba ang tsureya? Sa totoo, I'm sorry ha. Ang local, pero national ako. So yun lang po, gusto kong malaman na abali na in the end, did you isolate yourself? Hindi naman kasi tuloy-tuloy kayo sa publication nyo eh. So pwede lang maitanong yun na criticism ko yun, alright? Nag-venture na ako into criticism. But again, it's coming from my historical reading sa inyo na hindi pa kahinaan ang hindi ninyo pagkakaroon. Ang gusto ko lang kumpara, this might be a tall order. Magkaroon nga ng do I get this right? Choria, alright? Maybe malupit ito by saying na, nagkaroon ng Latin, I'm sorry to make this comparison, kasi internationalist na ang pagtingin ko sa lahat. Imperfect cinema. Na tinira nila ang the perfect image of Hollywood and all that. Nag-usbong, no? Pero sa buong Asia nga, isipin mo, mahina talaga tayo. Wala akong nakikita sa buong Asia unless i-link natin ito sa relationship natin sa kolonyalismo. And the Filipinos are the most articulate across the region. Ang problema lang, hindi pa tayo nakakabuo ng teorya na aakop doon sa kritisismo natin. Sana hinahanap ko na yon sa pang-5 at pang-6 na nalalaman na kayo. Parang sa akin, kulang tayo. Although alam ko na talaga ako'y sumasaludo at sumusunod na ako sa yapak ninyo sa mga naisulat niyo tungkol sa kasaysayan. Lalo na kayo po, Dr. Lombera. No? Sorry kung may kritisismo ako doon. But I think we're growing, di po ba? Tayo. Yun ang hinahanap ko po eh. Kasi kung gusto nyo i-insist at isang bansa at isang nasyon, Much as I stand for disruption and disjunction nga bali, siguro tumatanda na rin ako that I'm beginning to see exactly na may progress, no? In whichever outgrowth or growth it will be, may pagsulong sa kung ano man itong namumuo dito sa ating bansa, dito sa panig ng mundo ito.
Nabanggit nyo kanina at may konting response yung mga tao about pantayong pananaw. I think also what Nick is saying is parang, are you saying, Nick, please help me if I'm getting it right, para din ma-address is, nagkaroon ng isang malinaw na thrust in a theoretical manner yung buong grupo as opposed to iba-iba and then therefore each one will have is this what you were trying to say? So, yung angkop sa ating sine, angkop sa ating mga audience, na uri ng kritisismo na buttressed by a theory that the manunuri have. Tama ba?
Yung paggawa ng isang teorya, one yun medyo parang I don't think that will work. Yung i-impose mo sa grupo yung isang teorya, hindi yan yun. I don't think that will work. Masyadong constricting yun. Pero yung sinasabi mo na yung consciousness of a Filipino way of criticism, yun naging issue sa amin yun. Kasi isa sa unang accusation sa Manunuri is that our standards were too Western. Right? So parang ina-apply namin daw sa criticism namin, mga standards na napakataas kasi galing sa West. Right? Ngayon, ang problem kasi doon is when they say that, hindi naman nila tinutukoy, sino ba yun? Sino yung, aling criticism yun? Right? So it's a general criticism. Pero ang suspecha ko, kaya nila sinasabi yun, kasi may hinahanap kami na parang artistic unity ng isang pelikula. Right? In other words, meron kang insight sa buhay, sa pagiging Pilipino, at you-work up mo yun through the elements of cinema. So there should be that kind of integrity, you know. Hindi namin ma-resolve yun, pero we had to face that, right? So, lumabas ulit yan noong lumabas ang nunal sa tubig. Okay? Kasi ako, for one, mapanood ko yun, ang feeling ko, napaka-Frenchified naman ang sensibility ni Ismael Bernal. Para bang paano magpo-communicate itong pelikula sa karaniwang Pilipino, hindi walay niya ang sarili niya doon sa tradisyon ng pelikulang Pilipino. So in other words, Berlino Broca is very accessible because he wrote on the medium of melodrama and transformed it. No? In other words, hindi ka ma-alienate. Si Ismael was the kind of director that did things na, you know, out of the tradition. So, nung una, ano ba yon? Is that something that should be supported? Is that something that should be encouraged? Samantalang, ano siya, parang humihiwalay siya sa tradisyon ng Pilipino. See? Yung problem na yon, hindi rin yun na-solve kasi we began to realize na ang bawat artista talaga may kanya-kanyang role. Merong mga nasa loob ng tradisyon at pinayayaman yung tradisyon na yun mula sa loob. Pero meron din tayong mga artista na talagang lumalabas sa tradisyon para masira yung mga frontiers at saka yung mga barriers of expression. Right? And I think si Ismael Bernal is like that. So, may role pareho yun. At hindi mo pwede sabihin na ito ay hindi mo ka-Pilipino dahil lumilihis siya dun sa nakagawian na ng mga tradisyon o genre ng pelikulang Pilipino. Dahil, sa tingin natin ngayon, tingnan mo, pag tinignan mo muna sa tubig, actually it's very tame already. Diba? I mean, compared to many of the indie films that have come out, ano yun, hindi na ganon ka-avant-garde yung pelikulang yun ngayon. Okay? And ano ibig sabihin nun? That we have widened our vocabulary of expression, of cinematic expression. And we owe that to people like Ismael Bernal. Right? So yung pagiging Pilipino, pagiging But that would also be constricting kasi hindi ko na malalabas sa tradisyon na yan. Right? Marami namang paraan ng cinematic expression. Bakit hindi natin explore ang mga ito? Kasi pag-explore mo ng cinematic expression, meron ka din na-explore ng mga pananaw sa buhay na hindi nakakaiba. Which I think also is very important. Right? So, sa ngayon, ano yung, I made a comment kanina na yun nga yung pantayang pananaw, di ba? At saka yung we're looking for the Filipino film. Naku, ano yan useless yan, ganyan looking for the Filipino film and so on and so forth. Yung concern with what is Filipino is really a concern of the intelligentsia, of academic concern niya. Filipinos are just the way they are. So, they make movies, movie nila, right? So, ano yun? Nagbabago yun sa bawat panahon. So, napakahirap sabihin na ito na yung Pilipino ng pelikula o ito na ang Pilipino ng criticism. Right? I think you have to go beyond the Filipino.
Doc Nick, I have a question. Since it's very interesting that you mentioned that you went away with the question of Filipino-ness. But interestingly, the work of the Manunuri had to do with the national cinema, and Ellie was already saying the national cinema, and then the native, as Nick Del Campo was saying earlier. So, how do we differentiate them when we're talking? Are we talking of hindi na tanong yung Filipino cinema, but then what are we talking about when we're talking about national cinema or the cinema of the native? Where's the Filipino in this question? I'm interested in that because, of course, we refer to the cinema as Philippine cinema, national cinema of the Philippines, and yet, as you have mentioned, you have done away with the question of what is Filipino because it's yes, personally. So, bilang isang elusive na konsepto para hanapin. So, ano yung national cinema, therefore?
May dagdag ko lang na, exactly, how can you drop the ball now? You know, yun ang issue ko. You got us all on fire. You constructed a nationalist framing, and then suddenly, this really shocks me right now, but I've heard about this a long time ago. Now, it's now that you drop this. Okay, Filipino is highly problematic, but the idea of the national is still, a very relevant issue. And yes, we know exactly that it changes in every decade, in every generation, and that's why, para sa akin, mas fruitful at this point to really be a historian. And from out of the reading of the, material history, will be, eto na tayo, makapag-isip tayo, we can develop siguro a better engagement either through theory or criticism. So, yun din po, in the same way kayo po, you're looking at it na this is what you feel, this is also what I think.
My comment that you're concerned with the Manunuri developing a particular approach to film is not historical. History is a matter of stages. So, conditions change, people change, institutions change, and that's how that's reflected in the kind of art that the Filipinos produce. No, but what I can understand that what you want is a certain consistency and moving forward or upward. But I don't think that's how we operate.
Yun nga bale, tama po yun, hindi ako naghahanap ng monolithic, I'm not into a monolithic kind of ang tawag nito, idea construction. Pero dito po, narinig na natin nga bale na there was this failure already to really articulate. Ito po yung, the case of Bernal is a clear case nga bale na ang manunuri did not wish to resolve. Yun po narinig natin, na did not wish to resolve into the other kinds of criticism that can possibly arise from Dunan sa Tubig. And I rest my case there.
Kung doon po sa aking lumulutang na tanong about Filipino national, si Dr. Ellie Gil.
Hindi ako magbibigay ng definition kung anong Filipino, no? Kasi kahit ako, kahit define, no? Siguro, ang isa sa mga titingnan natin, isa sa mga posibleng makapagbigay ng sagot ay Filipino. Pag sinabi natin Filipino sa usapin ng nation, then pumapasok tayo sa usapin ng subject. Nation, subject, as citizen. Doon ba natin titingnan? Or Filipino as a multiple set of identities, relational, no? So saan natin titingnan? Actually, yung gusto kong tanong, no? Saan natin titingnan? And I think, kung hahanapin lang natin kung saan natin titingnan, at least klaro yung parameters. Okay, I'll define the Filipino from the perspective of, let's say, the nation, and then you have the subject, no? As a citizen, no? So that's one approach, no? And then one approach would be the Filipino not in a specific geographic space, although that would be important because the defense of place is essential in defining who the Filipino is, although that Filipino may be interrogating the Filipino-ness in relation to the geographic space. Paano yung mga migrant Filipinos, no? Okay, in terms of the geopolitics na gano'n, no? So, baka pwede natin tignan sa at least klaro sa akin, if I'm reading the Filipino from this perspective, then that's it. And the limitations of that perspective, no? And aware of the limitations of that perspective. And then, from this perspective, the limitations of that perspective. Nasa pagtingin lang kasi ako na the Filipino identity for that matter is not a being, no? It is a becoming, no? Continuously interrogating our place in the nation, our place in our social relations. No? You may pinpoint some aspects, okay, ito Pilipino sa yugto ng, ang Pilipino ay revolusyonaryo, sa yugto halimbawa ng Katipunan, may mga ganon, no? May uusbong na perhaps a common unifying theme at certain historical points, no? And then bibitawan siguro yan, depende sa historical point, itong aspect na to, pwedeng lumabas. Of course, that is questionable, the fluidity, but there are cases that would indicate that that indeed is how identity is constructed in some circumstances. Hindi ko alam kung sinagot ko, no?
Okay, Dr. Tolentino.
Una kay Nick lang yung sa Manunuri. Manunuri is not film criticism. Hindi siya nagtatranslate eh. Kasi pumasok na yung YCC, yung 101 award-winning bodies, yung vloggers. So ito ang lumiligan ng film discourse at the present. So, and also to look na parang progressional or developmentalist model for criticism that is uniquely Filipino. Mahirap yun eh. As you know, hindi naman siya synchronic na nag-up siya parati na level niya. Kasi dynamic, namatay nga siya nung Philippine cinema, nag-window, late 1990s at na-revive na with Hindi cinema. So, it's a kind of diachronic kind of development rather than progression. Now, dun sa issue ng national cinema, as we all know, yung concept ng national cinema is a canonical process, which means hindi lahat ng pelikula na kahit box office hit siya ay papasok sa category na ito. It has to be artistically competent plus may statement. Kaya siya naging bahagi ng national cinema. Otherwise, kung siya, ibig sabihin, masungit siyang category, much like the canon in Philippine literature. Kailangan nanalo ng awards, national artist, yung mga ganito, para siya mapasok sa canon na ito. So hindi siya mag-assume na sina Tito, Vic, and Joey ay bahagi ng canon or mga pelikula ni Chris Aquino for that matter. Kasi nga, ay nagsaset siya ng standards of a kind of representativeness of the nation or the collective body of the Filipino.
Yes, please.
Okay, pinipili kong i-gather yung thoughts sa Pilipino. Of course, we demand that from cinema, or from films. We also demand that from critics, from viewers as well. But I guess, yung ino-offer na kung anong man ang definition ng Filipino, makikipagtunggali pa yan sa iba pang formations in Philippine society. Kahit siguro malakas halimbawa ang Manunuri or Young Critic Circle, meron pang ibang mga forces na tayong aawayin, no? Nasaan yung discourse halimbawa ng state. Makipag-away pa tayo dyan. How is the state defined as Filipinos? Makipagpagkaan tayo dyan. Paano natin i-define ng ibang political forces? Okay? So it's a continuous dialogue, engagement, and actually battle, no? It's a war, no? Of constructing who we are, who we want ourselves to be identified, who we want ourselves to be, no? So, yun ang nakahang ginagalawan no? Kaya parang seemingly ang hirap mag-define, pero ganun talaga, makipagbanggaan tayo ng pag-identify natin kung sino tayo in relation to other discursive formations. Okay? Baka mas malakas sila kaysa sa atin. Mas malakas ang formations nila, economic formations and political formations, kaysa sa atin. No? Then, that's the challenge. No? That's the challenge. No?
Buti ako maiyak doon na. Lalahok na tayo sa digmaan. So, ang ano ko lang kay Professor Leo Campo, yung tanong niya sa manunuri, halimbawa, yung kung may isang teorya, sa amin sa YCC, mahirap talaga yun, parang imposible yun na ang isang grupo ng nagbibigay award ay may iisang teorya lamang, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, maaaring yung award-giving body o yung grupo, tulad, hindi ako manunuri, YCC ako, eh nagpapanggaan ng mga teorya sa pagtingin, ngunit may sinusundan na parang general na panuntunan, di ba? Kung sino ang qualify. Pero para maigihin mo yung pelikula, eh, ilalaban mo rin naman, depende sa pagbasa mo ng pelikula. So, ibig sabihin, gitgitan. Kasi yung fear ko, pag may isang teorya, baka nga parang maging sa iyo sa Lazar mode, di ba? Yung parang babalik ka sa masyadong malalim na parang pantayo yung pananaw na tayo nagagawa ng teorya. Parang laos na yung pantayo. So, yun.
Actually, follow up to, magandang yung thread na sinusundan natin, no? Yung pagpili ng mananalo halimbawa ng Young Critics Circle o ng manunuri, no? At yung nababanggit ni Dr. Chomson kanina na hindi lang, collectively you decide as a body, even if individuals disagree about the choice. And then the earlier question about theory and engagement, no? Hindi nyo ba nakikita na ano yun, may conflict yun sa isa't isa bilang isang kritiko na may bitbit na sariling politika at yung every year merong tatanghaling nanalo. And therefore, we form the canon and therefore what is outside of the canon becomes the marginal part of it. Precisely, the theory and the critic with his own politics, her own politics, hindi necessarily kasama dun sa collectivity na yon. So, what happens in that? So, I'm just wondering yung kritiko na halimbawa na hindi ka bahagi ng isang grupo na magbibigay ng award at the end of every year or kung ano mang panahon ng taon at yung isang collective body na nagsasabing, this year, ito yung mga pinakamagagaling na pelikula. So, I think it's a very political question also, for instance, na ito yung mga hindi napili ng dalawang critics groups na mga galing sa academe and therefore, ano ang place nila sa national cinema or sa pagiging Filipino ng pelikula, etc. So, gusto ko lang din ibalik dahil since Dr. Lumer mentioned earlier na nung pagdating niya sa university, hindi nanonood ng Tagalog films, yung mga tiga-university. That's an interesting detail, which means now we watch these films because they have won in YCC or Manunuri and therefore canonical, as opposed to that burden to make the Filipinos watch Philippine movies. Diba? Hindi necessarily tugma yung dalawang proyekto ng pagpili at pagtanghal ng canon at yung trabaho ng kritiko na maging actually counter-discursive, contrarian, may sariling pananaw, etc. So, and I can imagine the personal weight of that, na hindi mo choice yun, dahil pinili yun ng manunuri din. You have to live with a choice, or ng YCC. So, how does that figure in the practice of criticism? Kung bahagi ka ng grupo at namimili kayo ng ika-canonize.
Yung award giving naman kasi Patrick, hindi naman yun lang ginagawa ng critic. So, isang moment lang yun sa practice ng critic na kasama siya sa grupo, so kasama siya sa pag-deliberate kung sino yung mananalo sa award ng taon yun. So, may iba pang ginagawa yung critical. Tapos may critical practice siya, isang moment nun, ay part of an award giving platform. Pwede mo tanungin, kailangan ba ng award giving platform para magkaroon ng criticism? Ano sabihin yun? Maganda yung tanong din kung kailangan ba ng award giving platform ang criticism. Kasi ang Star Awards wala namang criticism. Pero may bayan. So, parang ganun. So ano yung part of a collective deliberative body. Kasi napo-process politically and theoretically ideas. No? So, I think yung nare-reflect kung maganda talaga yung process of deliberation, ang nare-reflect ng awards ay yung complexity ng scene. Hindi necessarily yung canonical expression. Kung talagang masino, mas gasig yung pag-deliberate, pag-suri ng mga kritiko, para sa taong yun, lulutang yung complexity ng expression ng tao. So yun ang aming sinisikap, na magbigay ng range of possibilities of filmic expression through award giving. Of course, concession yung award giving sa amin. Para kasi yun yung language na naiintindihan ng kakarami. So parang nag-intervene kami doon, parang ina-appropriate namin yung platform na yun. Pero hindi naman kami naniniwala na para mag-synthesis mo kailangan ng award giving platform. Kaya lang sa amin, mabisa pa rin yun tawag ito yung appropriate. Challenge sa amin ay magkaroon ng practice outside that platform. So, kailangan magsulat, kailangan gumawa ng kung ano-ano. Hindi lang magbigay ng gaway.
Ano pa po ba sa ating tahimik na tahimik ako. Yung tao ba? May tanong pa po ba? Ngayon na po ang pagkakataon dahil mahirap pong i-convene ang mga tao sa iisang table. So, sige po. Approach po. May microphone ba? Pakilala lang po para sa benefit ng lahat.
Hello, I'm Jesse po from hindi po ako taga-UP. Nag-work na po ako sa GMA soap opera writer. So,